Hello, Penguins fans, and welcome to another edition of Tournament Hockey for the Dallas Penguins from Peoria, Arizona. The Penguins taking on Mission, Arizona from the Arizona Cactus Cup. Boy, we're saying that state name quite often in this early part of the broadcast. Penguins coming off a dominating 17 to nothing victory earlier today against the Lucky 17s. And yesterday, of course, you will remember the Penguins won similarly in dominating fashion, emerging victorious over the Arizona Titans red team by a score of 11 to 1, and then in the evening having a scrimmage against the '08 Phoenix Coyote Juniors, and they emerged in that one by a score of 8 to 0. So the Penguins doing a really good job out in the Sunshine State, out in Arizona, out in Phoenix, and so we hope to see a continuation of the good play continue on today as the Penguins take on Mission, Arizona. Looking at the scores from Mission earlier, they are sitting at 1-1, having won a game, their first game of the tournament. They defeated the New Mexico Ice Wolves by a score of 9 to 1. And then earlier today, falling to the team that is tied with the Penguins for first place in actually a three-way tie for first place with the Penguins, the California Wave. This mission team fell by a score of 4 to 1, and only one player, of course, scored a goal for the Penguins. It is their goal scoring leader, player by the name of Sean Bailey. He's number 17, so the Penguins will have to watch out for him. And as we see, the Penguins have just taken the ice. And so, in just a few moments after we have warm ups, we will have puck drop and we will be with you for the entirety of this game. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight here on DJHA Pens '07 Hockey. And we will be with you just after a few more minutes.
Mission. McLeod is pressured in the corner. Penguins having trouble getting it out. Mission has a chance. Peters with a save, and he covers it up. Well, going to change the line. It's going to be Robbins. It's like Everett and the Cruz Mazzola. And May and Randall's on the point. Down to Cruz. And Penguins finally get it out. Robbins puts it up, wins it, puck. Puts it across to Everett. Everett gets an opportunity. Got caught in his feet a little bit. But he did the best he could to get it out. Out to May. May keeps it at the point. Robbins pressures. And Mission breaks out. Dump it in. Around the back of the neck for Randall's. Mission wins it. Over to May. May breaks out of the zone. With the head of steam. Work it in. Is it deep in the corner? And they work it out. Robbins works it out. And Mission dumps it in the Penguin zone. Penguins go for a line change. Randall's working it out. And they look for Seamus with a quick outlet. Mission did a good job getting back. Tracy keeps it in. Seamus behind the goal. Looks like Tracy went in. No, that was Seamus. Looks like there's going to be a delayed penalty on Mission. It's like a 2-minute penalty in Mission. Penguins will go on their first power play. Looks like we'll have Tracy, Mazzola, Hogan with McLeod and May at the point. Tracy on the faceoff, wins it. Back to McLeod. McLeod back down to Mazzola. Mazzola, McLeod. Tracy over to May. May looks for the shot. Big deflection. High tip from Hogan. But Mission touched it, so it stays alive. May has it in front. Oh, it just slips off his stick. Again. Good pressure from May. May behind the goal. Dangerous pass across in front. Looks like it's going to go all the way down for icing. We go back in the Penguins defensive zone. It's like the second penalty. Our power play line is going to come on. It's going to be Thomas, Robbins, and Seamus with Deering and Kaidesh at the point. Behind the goal for Kaidesh. Oof. Dangerous out front. And Seamus breaks out of the zone. Beckley owns the zone. Looks it in. Looking for Robbins in the middle. Oh, what a centering pass. And scores! Thomas. Good work. Nice pass from Robbins across to Seamus. And Thomas at the back post. Slams it home for a 1-0 Penguins lead. Looks like we're going to have the Bartholomew, Hogan, Deering line with Randall's and McLeod. Deering wins the face-off. They break it out. Mission plays it in to Randall's. Around to Hogan. Up to... And there goes Deering on a break. Can he win at the puck? Looks in the middle. Wow, unfortunately, couldn't handle the puck. Mission breaks out on a 3v2 now. get back. Randalls does a good job getting a stick in there. Oof, behind the goal. Big hit. Looks like there was a delayed penalty on the Penguins.
Who's that guy in the pit box?
Looks like it's number 27, Deering.
Come on, Tim!
Penguins are going to have to go on a penalty kill. Looks like we have Everett, Cruz, Allman, and May on the kill. And May gets it out. Cruz is pressuring. Good pressure from Mazzola. Oh, Petey's with a save. Big time save from the Penguins goalie. Pump it in. Pressure. Everett wins the puck from Mazzola's pressure. They keep it in. The Penguins do. Good 2-2. Good two-man work. Great work from Everett and Mazzola in the corner. Mission's trying to break out. Gonna have to get back the Penguins as they create a 3v2. Good stand up from Allman. Robbins, big hit in the corner.
Get it, Gavin. Get it, Gavin.
Mission wins the puck out to the corner. Misfires. They can go in a break. There's May. Through in the offensive zone. Oh, what a pass. Robbins scores. What a goal from Robbins. All the hard work from May. Breaking out of the zone. Into the offensive zone. Finds Robin in front of the net. For a 2-0 Penguins lead. Power play. No, yeah. It was a shorthanded goal, no power play. I forgot. Deering's a bad boy in the penalty box. McLeod wins it. Works it up to Tracy. And back to Kaidash. Over to McLeod. Oh, McLeod unlucky. Dumps it in the bench. Looks like it's going to be an offensive face-off for the Mission. 24 seconds left on the penalty. Tracy, Kaidash, McLeod, and Thomas on the penalty kill. Tracy wins it. Oh, they're breaking on the 3v. Couldn't get it out of the skates, Thomas. Unlucky. Breaking out. Things are really doing a good job on the penalty kill tonight. Keeping it. Looking the other way. Well done from Kaidash. Big hit. Around the goal. Mission works out. Oh, great stick from Thomas. Tracy wins it. Back to the point. To McLeod. Oh, Mission breaks. Peters comes out of the net very wisely. He wins the puck for the Penguins. Works his way back in. Randall's behind the net. Thomas, a little deke around the player. Nice little touch pass to himself. Tracy wins it. Over to McLeod. Up to Ratley. Back on 5-on-5. Big hit and going on now. Mission has the puck, working trying it out. Deering wins it. Plays it back. Over to Randalls. Over to Hogan. Hogan dumps it in. Deering in the corner. Bartholomew loses the puck. Works his way to Deering, over to Bartholomew, to Hogan. Back out to Randalls. Randalls works it over to May. May looks for Deering. Deering ends up winning the puck. Blocked from the defender. Over to Bartholomew. Bartholomew finds Deering. Hard to handle the pass. Hogan works it behind the net. May's at the point. Hogan likes to play it behind the net again. Looks like it's going to be an icing. McLeod keeps it in. Over to Allman. Allman keeps it in. Dumps it in the corner around to Robbins. Mazzola's there. McLeod's with him. Robbins elects to keep it. McLeod does a great job keeping it in. Mission ends up getting it out. They break it on the 3v2 if they move fast. Peters holds onto the puck. No changes. Everybody staying on the ice for the Penguins. Face off Robbins. Wins the puck. Out front. Working over to Mazzola. A little ahead of him from Everett. Mazzola's pressured. Mission does a good. They wave off the icing. Mission's putting some pressure on the Penguins. Trying to break out. Thomas has it up to Sheamus. Rackley working his way in the zone. Mission works it out. Over to Rackley. Over to Tracy. Tracy. Mission dumps it in the corner. Around the net with the Kai Dash after it. In the corner, Thomas and Tracy to help. Tracy wins the puck. Breaks it off to Thomas. Thomas working it up the ice. Dumps it in the corner and goes off for a change. Tracy keeps pressure. May keeps it in. Unlucky. Just rolls over his stick. Randall is in support. Over to Bartholomew. Bartholomew dumps it up to Hogan. Just a little far from Hogan. Pressures well.
There's a stoppage in play.
Pressure on. Looks like it'll be a center ice face-off. No.
It should be it should be outside the defensive zone there.
In front of the Mission team. Deering on the face-off. Wins it back to McLeod. McLeod over to Bartholomew. Bartholomew elects to take a shot. Goalie puts his pads on it. No problem.
So just want to mention the schedule coming up. Of course, we do play tomorrow afternoon against the Las Vegas Ice Warriors at 2:50 Central Time, 1:50 Mountain, which is where the boys are going to be. And then depending on where the standings shake out, and it's looking pretty good that the Penguins might finish in first place, they would be playing at 7 o'clock on Monday morning in the first of the semifinal games. And of course, if they finish second or third, that would be at 6:30. So just a little bit of a programming update for anybody who is interested in catching up for the bracket play.
Now the Penguins are having a hard time. Puck's bouncing around everywhere. Finds Deering.
It's really good setup there. He had three players in the offensive zone with possession of the puck and got a good shot off.
Looks like the D is going to stay the same. Randall and McLeod. The only thing is changing is three front runners, Robbins, Mazzola, and Everett. Back to McLeod. Takes the hit, absorbs it well, finds Robbins, and Robbins.
Oh, that one went a little high.
Off the glass. Everett in the corner. A looks to play to back to
Feed it
Robin.
out in front. There's a shot. Get it directly.
Looks to touch.
Oh, he's sitting with a wide open net and can't find the handle.
With a shot.
Just
It's
took a little bit too long to find the handle. Way to keep it in by Randalls there. Good job, Ewan. Penguins are swarming all over the place.
Mazzola looks in front.
Open net.
Puck is still loose.
Oh, Penguins are just missing those open nets. They have those chances. Doing a really good job of
Dump it in.
playing defense
King
back.
holds it up for the Randalls. Penguins are starting to skate a little bit better now. Oh, and then as I say that, they dump the ice for an icing. Unlucky.
Wow. Yeah, that was so many wide open chances. They just could not find the handle to get it fired away. Thanks, Linda. Go Seamus. We're cheering for you too, man.
Like a bit of confusion behind the net. May was going, Tracy's going, May's going. Mission comes up with the puck behind the goal. Peter has it out front. Puck's loose. Almond in the corner. And Thomas put pressure, played high off the glass. Almond behind goal, wins the puck. Over to Thomas. Thomas looking for Ratcliffe. Breaking out, finds Tracy. Couldn't keep it in. Big body check. Seamus is pressuring. Thomas wins the puck, breaks through.
Oh, that was the elbow. Let's get him back with another elbow, guys, if they want to play dirty.
Love the fan comments. Both sides getting into it in the benches. It looks like a pretty packed crowd. Two parents allowed per skater, so there's a good number of fans out there in that game.
Tracy over to May. May with a big shot. Save with the keeper. Bartholomew behind the goal. Yeah, Seamus wins it. Oh, can't keep it in. Back to Deering. Deering over to May. May's gonna break in. He dumps it in.
Dump and chase. Dump and chase. Here they go. They're gonna change on the backside.
Deering at the point. Big shot. He scores.
Oh wow! What a shot from the point from Lucian Deering. I don't think the goalie was thinking that was going to get there with that kind of speed. I think
Number 27, Lucian Deering.
You kind of wonder if that goaltender's used to a little slower pace of play and not used to seeing shots that hard. But Lucian, absolutely ripped that sucker, and it went far post. And I think it just surprised that goaltender because he should have been down a lot faster and a lot earlier, and he just wasn't there. So really good play there by Deering. Penguins up 3-0.
Over to Bartholomew, back to Kaidash. Kaidash looking from the crowd over to Bartholomew to Hogan. Over to Kaidash. Kaidash looking to play. Dumps it in the corner. Deering going to pressure. Looks like Hogan tried to keep it in just off his stick. Dumps it in. Looks like Peter's going to play it over to McLeod. Dumping it out.
One thing that Coach Young wants his goaltenders to do in the second half of this season is play the puck and communicate a lot more.
Oh no! Unfortunately, Everett and McLeod had a little miscommunication, but the Penguins win it back to Randalls. Look over to Everett. Everett over to Everett to Deering. Deering's breaking down.
See if he can beat that one guy.
Oh,
just got one guy to beat.
In the corner, Deering's battling. Back out to Randalls. Dumps it back in the corner.
You want Mazzola there on the wall there, though. You'd like to see Mazzola come down a little bit farther and get on the wall and get that puck wrapping around the boards.
Mission dumps it out. May wins it.
Penguins just playing so much bigger bodied.
May with a head of steam.
They're getting bumped and they're getting pushed, but they're not getting knocked off the puck like the Mission are. Got to hurry. I know my time's not terribly accurate, but there's not a whole lot of time remaining. Get it, Randalls. Oh, he just missed the net. Went high. You could hear it ring off the back of the. You could hear it ring off the glass.
Penguins are winning 3-0.
Yeah, and doing a really good job at it too. I was really happy to see the effort by the Penguins in that period. Kind of like in the previous game that we had against the Titans team, the Penguins just completely controlling that game. Of course, shots on goal looked like it was fairly even there for a little while until the Penguins got that last little rush. It was last I saw it was 8-9, and then it probably ended up somewhere around 9-12 or 9-11. But really good competition there from Mission. And I don't really want to talk bad about any of the teams that we're going to be facing in this tournament, but looking at the standings and kind of seeing how they're playing, it really seems like this might be probably our best pool play opponent. And until we get to the bracket, this is really going to be the biggest challenge. And it's really nice to see that the Penguins are taking advantage of it and really playing hard and really doing a great job of controlling the game and controlling the flow of it and taking that 3-0 lead. So as soon as we get the feedback, we will be with you for the second period.
This line with Allman and McLeod on the point. Tracy wins it, back to McLeod, finds Tracy. Tracy dumps it in the corner, avoids the check. They play it around. Allman keeps it in. Mission breaks out. Dumps the puck in. Allman behind the net. Looks for Thomason on the other side. Just misses him around the board. Mission flings it behind the net. Tracy and McLeod battling behind with the Mission players. Looks like McLeod wins it. Oof, dangerous little toe drag in front of his net. Ended up working out. Finds Thomas on the other side. Stays on sides. Looking. Tracy tries to find Thomas in the corner. And then Thomas dumps it in. And for a line change. Mission breaks out. Throws it around. Mission wins the puck out top. Looks like May's in the corner. May looks to dump it out. That's it. Lucian Deering, 2v1 with Bartholomew. Oh, just misses back post. Deering finds it in the corner. Looks it out front. Finds Hogan. Oh, it's free. Just can't seem to get the handle on it. Deering battles in the corner. May steps up. Able to. May has the puck. Looks the other side for Bartholomew. Breaks in the zone. Deering stays on side. Look at the little toe drag. Oh, it went to Mazzola. Just missed it. Mission breaks up. To the Penguin zone. Good stick from Randall, and Petey's covers it out. Peters. Twelve and a half minutes left in the second period. Penguins winning 3-0. Got Robbins, Mazzola, and Everett. With McLeod and Randalls. Robbins wins the puck, breaks out of the zone, comes across the red line into the offensive zone. Couldn't get it past the defender. Zola wins it. And Randall's behind the net. Oh, they meet each other. Robbins a little
Good play. Way to drop the
legs.
puck, go between the
Breaks
legs.
out. Mazzola with him. Robbins McLeod trailing. Oh, Robbins goes for the quick shot. Back to the point to Randall. Across to Robbins. Across to McLeod. Crowd's looking. Ooh, back goes Mazzola.
Mazzola couldn't get a stick on that.
Back to Randall's. Randall's back to Mazzola. Back to Randall's. Little two-man passing game going on over there, and Mission gets.
You know, and I kind of see that that's the one thing that I'd like to see the Penguins do just a little bit differently in this second period. I mean, they're getting players wide open in front of nets with open nets, and they're getting the puck right into the middle, right where you want them. They're getting nice passes to go through the zone. They just can't quite finish on them. And I think that's kind of the next step that I'd really like to see them take in this game. Really kind of open this thing up, see if they can't blow this thing open, because I do think point differential is going to be very important for seeding in the tournament in the pool play, because it looks like the California Wave, we're going to be tied with them if we emerge victorious in this game, but they do have one more goal for, and that will give them the tiebreaker to get them the first place seeding, and we would end up second. So you really got to make sure we score a lot of goals. Unfortunately, and there's going to be a penalty called there against the Mission. So the Penguins are about to go on the power play. There goes Petey off the ice, get the extra attacker on.
Has the puck. Seamus has it. Yes, over back to May.
Good play, smart play, getting that back, not forcing it into the zone and going offside.
Corner. Seamus keeps it to Tracy. Back to McLeod.
Got the extra attacker out there. Oh, a little whiff by May. You don't see him do that much.
Deering with the shot. Oh, over to Seamus.
So extended power play time here for the Pens. Oh, and that's going to be the touch-up.
Oh.
But they got extended power play with that extra attacker, so good job there by the Penguins maintaining possession. We're going to see what the call is. It's going to be 2 minutes for high sticking. So Penguins on their second power play of the game with 10:16 remaining in 10:44 remaining in the second period.
Need one more, boys. It's like the second power play unit. Robbins is a face-off with Seamus and Thomas Geary and Kaidash at the point.
Play that.
It's going to be an icing.
Oh yeah. Forgot it's youth hockey. You don't really have that. You don't have that icing on the penalty kill. You don't get the free icing on the penalty kill.
The same five for the Penguins. Robin tries to win it.
And immediately goes out. Penguins need to do a better job there.
Big hit in the corner. Mission breaks out. Kite has the pressure over to Peters. Peters wins it. Penguins get it out. Minute 15, 20 seconds.
So this power play not really going the Penguins' way. They're not gaining possession, not controlling it like they have been so far in the game.
It's a little bit of a scrum right now. The Penguins are getting a little bit. Penguins breaks in. Dumps it behind the net. Looking for Seamus. Ratley misses the puck. Able to keep it in on the other side. Dumps in the corner. Tracy keeps it in.
Looks like 37 seconds remaining in the power play.
May puts it on net.
There's a shot blocked away by the goaltender.
Back to May. Again, May looks for the shot. Gets through. Just a little wide. Over to Mazzola. Back to Tracy. May keeps it.
Good play. Rip it. Rip it.
Oh,
too high. Open net.
Open net. Just hit it over. The goalie was reading the pass. Read it early and left the net
3, 2, and 1.
May, just hit it over the bar.
And that's going to end the power play for the Penguins. So they're going to go. They're going to go down on this one.
Finds Tracy. Oh, just over Mazzola's foot. They wave off Tracy in the corner. Back to Mazzola. Mazzola couldn't handle the pass. Penalty's over for Mission. They're back to even strength. Down around the net. Randall's is pressuring. Good pressure against Bartholomew. Loses his stick. Mazzola gets it. And pass from Bartholomew. Bartholomew looks for Tracy.
Don't worry, we'll get that corrected. We'll get him to stop.
In the corner.
We'll get him to start calling Bartolome instead of Bartholomew. Although
Mission works it
Bart
out.
Tracy's probably happy his name's getting called out in these broadcasts during this tournament. Chad's doing a great job commentating. I'd like to commend him on that. I understand completely how tough this can be.
Big hit in the corner.
I look like it might be a trip.
And there's a lot of after stuff contact going on. Refs need to kind of clean it up a little bit, or I have a feeling the players are going to start taking care of the business.
Here's a little bit of a break. You got to rush, pass it up. Thomas was right behind his teammate. You need to spread out a little bit there. Oh, and there's a cherry picker. Couldn't quite pick the cherry off the tree, but he got open there.
Thomas has the puck. Cross, McLeod.
Drop it. You want to see him drop it to McLeod there. And he's going to pass it back to nobody.
Mission has it. Around the puck for Kaidash. Around the boards, I mean. Over to Everett. Everett tries to find Deering, just misses. Over to Mazzola. And Mazzola finds Robin with a little flick in. Robin taking the pressure. Unlucky, he was on the wrong side of center ice.
So while we have a quick moment, just want to give you an update on the rest of the tournament scoreboard. Of course, we mentioned in the pregame this Arizona Mission team fell to the California Wave by a score of 4-1. The Texas Warriors, our friends out of Richardson, defeated the Arizona Titans Red, the team that we defeated by a score of 11-1, in a similar fashion, 11-1 over the Arizona Titans Red. And then it was the Las Vegas Ice Warriors defeating the Arizona Titans Blue by a score of 7-0. And so you are caught up to date with the rest of the tournament scoreboard from today.
Over to Everett. To Mazzola. May has the puck behind the net. Looks for Mazzola. Mazzola works it up. Finds Robbins. Robbins finds Everett on the other side. Looking to just stick handle around the Mission defender. Robbins to help the sport in the corner. Robbins wins the puck. So we're going behind the net. Randalls keeps it in, does a great job. Mission breaking out on a possible 3v2 if Robbins getting back.
Good back check there by Robbins, lifting the stick and not allowing him to take that puck in.
May working up with him. Mazzola plays it
nice
around
pass
him.
by Mazzola.
Plays it back to May.
Gets it to May. Get the guy open. Walk in front.
May looks for Thomas.
Get the shot.
Thomas looks across to Robbins. Just goes off the back.
They're just going a little bit too slow right now.
Puck's loose.
But you can kind of see what they're trying to do, and they're thinking their way. They're getting some good hockey IQ going on so far in this game. They're getting those passes. They're going, and they're skating to the open areas and getting set up really well.
Randalls finds the puck.
Just need to finalize it and punch him in.
Randalls does a good job of switching with the defender. Randalls loses his footing, able to keep the puck in. Looks out front. And we have Tracy at the point. Looks across to McLeod, intercepted by the Mission player. Could be danger here. Got to get back. Do a great job. Peters wins the puck. And good defense to get the
Nice
puck
save.
out. And they break out.
2-on-1. 2-on-1.
Also,
Oh,
2v2.
2-on-2.
3v2 if they can get it.
Get it, Tracy.
To Tracy.
Rip it, Tracy.
Tracy with a goal.
Good job.
End-to-end action. Down to one end. Peters makes the save. Back down to the other end.
I wonder if they're going to give the assist to the goaltender on that one. I think that was a straight pass from the goalie up to breaking out the rush, and then Tracy knocking it in. You saw that one coming. As soon as Tracy got open in the middle and they had nobody covering him, he's got too good of a shot to miss on an opportunity like that. So great job there by number 88. Penguins lead 4-0. And you can see the shots are fairly even at 15-19. So Arizona Mission actually doing a good job in keeping themselves, in an ability to at least get a goal in this game. But Penguins are really doing a great job of defense and not giving them quality chances.
Plays over to Deering. Deering tries to get it out, misses the puck, ends up winning it back, breaks out, 2v1 Bartholomew. Elects to shoot, big rebound. Just misses.
Couldn't quite get that. He would have been a wide open net there. Penguins are able to skate in real tight. Nobody's covering the Penguins as they're skating all the way in front of the net. They've got 4 guys right in front at the doorstep.
Back to the point.
Penguins can take whoever they want, just pass it to somebody there.
Look for a deflection. May at the point, keeps it in.
Maybe they don't teach defense in Arizona, but nobody's covering the Penguins.
And keeper puts a glove on it. And a face-off in the offensive zone for the Penguins. Looks like Coach Young is only going to change the 2 defenders at the point with Kaidash and McLeod. Bartholomew, Deering, and Hogan are going to stay on. Deering wins the puck back to McLeod. McLeod looks across, finds Deering again. Deering finds Bartholomew. Bartholomew just a little bit of a fan. Tries to work it back out to McLeod. Wasn't able to find him. Good work from Hogan. Ends up finding Deering, breaks on the other side. Breaks in. Looks to find McLeod. Ooh, what a great save by the goalkeeper. McLeod looking at that far post. Kaidash keeping it in.
I will say their goaltender really is playing well. There's been a number of just beautiful chances the Penguins just have not been able to get through, and it's been the goaltender keeping it on.
Backhand by Deering.
There's a score. Second goal for Deering.
Number 27 with the backhand.
And now the Penguins are starting to pile it on. If they can get one more and get the same number of goals in the second as they did in the first in this period by a score of 6-0, that's really going to help their chances in earning that first seed.
Line change. Robbins, Mazzola, Everett, Kaidash, and McLeod. Behind the goal of Robbins, Mazzola in the front. Everett has it, ends up winning it, goes for the backhand. Couldn't get a lot on it.
And there it is again. Mission's not playing any kind of defense. Penguins have complete control behind the net, able to skate right out in front and get a shot on net.
Robbins to take the face off. Wins it back to McLeod. McLeod keeps it in. Looks for Everett. Looks for Mazzola. Behind it. It's cut out. Kaidash tried to keep it in. Just misses it with his hand. McLeod is coming to help. Does a good job for his defensive partner, helping him out. Big hit from Robbins in the corner. Good save from Petey's in the front. Again. Behind the net. Mission keeping the puck behind. McLeod coming to pressure. Peters looking to press it. Ooh, just slid around and almost made it at the back post there. Look to play it across. Everett has Mazzola in front if he sees him. Breaks in. Nice little stick handling. Robbins is battling here. Wow. Randalls works it behind the goal. A little bit of unorganization for the Penguins. Now they're getting it settled a little bit here.
Looks like 1 minute remaining in the period. Pretty close to that.
Randall's going to look for Sheamus. Actually lets it fall off his stick. Back out to Randalls. Tries to get it out. Up top. The puck deflected in the corner. Sheamus pressuring. Nice little deke around his player. And he finds Thomas cross ice. Thomas breaks in. Nice little fancy footwork. Looks in front for Seamus. Seamus has it. Goalie's there. It's out. And they
Oh
cover it
man,
up.
the goaltender was way out of position, and that puck was just sitting there. It was on his side. If
Looks
the
like
Penguins
the
could have grabbed that and
refs blew
punched that in the
whistle
empty
before
net,
it
gotten that
crossed the
sixth
line.
goal.
So we'll have a face-off. It's like 37 seconds left in this period. Tracy wins it too cleanly, all the way out. Allman couldn't keep it in. Getting pressure. Tries to play it behind the net, around. Mission cut it out on the boards. Find the next player, a little deep between the legs. Keeps it in, looking for something on net. Anything. Peters with the stick save, just pushes it towards the corner. McLeod breaking it. Mays breaking out.
Ooh,
Looks for
good
Thomas on the other side.
good knockdown of the puck coming out of the air by number 84 there.
Thomas finds Allman. Allman over to May.
Go, Evan, go.
Can't be too much time left. There it is. There goes the horn. And so the Penguins skate into the third period, leading by a score of 3-0. And I was just looking over the tiebreaker scenarios for this tournament, and it looks like if the scores hold, well, I mean, I'm not going to try to calculate the scores right now, but the first tiebreaker for a three-team tie is overall wins. But of course, if the Warriors, the Penguins, and the California Wave all finish undefeated, that would be equal. The second tiebreaker, well, of course, the first tiebreaker is head-to-head, but we would not have that because all three teams will not have played each other. And I think the Warriors will probably play the Wave because I think they're kind of in the same side of the bracket, so they'll probably play each other tomorrow, and that tie may be broken, and it's going to be between either the Penguins and the Warriors or the Penguins and the Wave. And regardless of what team, the third tiebreaker is overall goal differential, and right now the Penguins are sitting at a 27 goals for advantage, having 28 goals for and only 1 goal against in this tournament. And the California Wave are sitting at a 25 goal differential. So the Penguins would win that third tiebreaker. And then, of course, if they did end up tied somehow in overall goal differential, the next one would be overall goals against, which again is really favoring the Penguins because they only have 1 and the Wave has 3. And then if all those were tied at the very end, it would be total penalty minutes. And then of course, the Penguins are doing a really good job of that as well in this tournament. So we are back to third period action. So I will get you right back to that. Here we go. Penguins leading 6-0.
Hogan touch pass to Bartholomew. Bartholomew breaks in.
Excuse me, 5-0. 5-0.
Hogan works it in. Deering keeps it. Deering works his way around in the corner. Looks out front. Back to Kaidash at the point. Kaidash looks for a sit. Misses the puck. Unfortunately, rolls off his stick.
Good defense there by May.
May does a good job of covering for him. May breaks in, goes to his backhand, looks for Deering on the far
He's just
side.
too good for them.
Scores,
nice job.
May over to Deering.
Great job there by May. I don't think they have any skaters that can keep with Everett May. He's just absolutely working that defense. He's skating circles around him and finding open passes. Was that Mazzola with the goal? I think it's going to be Mazzola for May. And we should have run time starting now because the 6 goal differential will do run time. So the clock will not stop the rest of the game.
Randalls and May on one. Peters with the save, over to May. May works it up to Mazzola just over his stick. And he goes to press. They work it out, back to May. May dumps it back in. No icing. Robbins to win it in the corner, wins it to Everett. Everett looks for Mazzola in the front. Mazzola, just goes off his backhand. Works it in the corner. Everett's working Robinson pressure. Randles it to the point, and Mission wins it. Randles does a good job keeping it in. Again, goes to help Robbins. Wins it, runs into a couple Mission players, and Mission's able to break out. Right through center ice. Penguins getting back good in numbers. Petey's just pushed it to the corner, and Randles is going to take it. Takes a check over to Robbins. Robbins with a touch pass to himself and has a chance to break out if he can get in quickly. Everett's looking back, stops, flings a shot at the far post, and around. Mission breaks out. Seamus got a little poke check. Everett wins it. Oh, back over to Seamus. To Robbins. Seamus wins it. Mission player pokes it out to Allman. Allman to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe had a couple players on the other side, but elected to save and go up the boards. Allman across to McLeod, just out of his reach. McLeod looks across, hits the skate of Tracy, and goes back to Allman. He looks for Thomas, and Mission gets the puck. Dumps it in. Looks like it's going to be an icing.
I want to correct something that I said about the tiebreaker scenario. I forgot that they did mention that the goal differential calculation, it's capped at 5, and so you do have to go back and actually look at what the final scores of the games were. So the California Wave, their games have been a victory by 4-1. And so that would be 4, and then 16-1 over Las Vegas. So that would be capped at 5, and then another 4-1 victory over Mission, Arizona. And so they have a total of 13 goals for. The Penguins, having won 11-1, 17-0, and now leading this 6-0, they would be capped at 5, 5, and 5 for a total of 15 points, and that's the max number of points that actually they can have. And then we will have to see what the final score of tomorrow's game is. And then the Warriors, they play later on this evening, but interestingly enough, they also have had major victories in both of their games. We mentioned the 11-1 victory that they had in their most immediate game against the the Arizona Titans red team. And so that's 5 points for them, and they have also emerged victorious 8-0 over the Las Vegas Ice Warriors. So they have 5 goals in that game, so a total of 10. So they're only 5 goals, and it kind of depends on what they do in the final game today. The final game today and their third game overall to determine where they stand as far as the 3-way tiebreaker. Luckily for the Penguins, we did mention that the next tiebreaker after overall goal differential is total goals against, and in that category, the Penguins lead all teams with 1, and so the Penguins would probably emerge victorious in that situation. So they would currently be sitting in the number 1 seed. The Warriors would be 2, and the California Wave would be 3. So just a minor correction on what we said there.
Chooses to play a little cat and mouse with the Mission player. Is able to find Deering. Deering gets the puck, comes across, voids the check, and looks for the shot. Just misses.
Oh, just wide.
Around the net. 2 big hits. Kaidash keeps it in. Kaidash unable to keep it at the point. May comes across the help. Kaidash keeps it in. Oh, Mazzola comes from behind. Unfortunately get a... You see the
It's going to be a penalty here. Penguins are going to be down a man.
Looks like Cruz Mazzola's going to get a 2-minute penalty.
For roughing. 2 minutes for roughing. But it does kill time. The clock is still running here.
Power play against the Mission team here. So let's see. We have Everett, Robbins, Randall, and McLeod on the penalty kill. McLeod plays it out. Over to Randall. Randall looks to cross ice to McLeod. Dangerous. McLeod keeps it. Plays it up the line to Everett. Plays it out. Over to Robbins. Robbins gets it out. Nice pass for Kaidash. Robbins, big pass.
Oh, let's see if he's going to be able to get
Able
past
to
him,
come
get
through
another
with it.
shorthander.
4-on-1. And Robbins able to get
Wow,
a
and he got a shot on net, and he was
Great
stopped
work
there.
from number 9, Gavin
Yeah,
Cummins
good
to
work
get a
there,
face-off
Gavin.
in the offensive zone, especially in a penalty kill.
Yeah, he was
Smart
determined
play.
on that.
See what the Penguins can do now. Got Thomas, Reckley, Randalls, and McLeod. Thomas to win the faceoff. Mission breaks out. McLeod does a good job of winning the puck over to Seamus. Seamus a little dump around his player. Good battle there. Over to McLeod. McLeod tries to find Thomas. Just off his stick. Does a great job of winning
Oh,
it,
good
Thomas.
block. Come on, Charlie. Oh, he tried to play it to himself and couldn't gather the puck. He got past the guy just a little bit too far.
Go and pressure the puck, win the puck, try a little toe drag. Just unsuccessful. Again, Penguins on the penalty kill are able to have another offensive faceoff. Altman, Kaidash on defense. Thomas and Rackley stayed in. Back to Altman. Altman likes to dump it in. Rackley goes to win the puck. Does a good job. Over to Hogan. Hogan does it well done. Winning the puck. Dumps it in. Mission able to dump it in their offensive zone around the net for Kaidash. Kaidash likes to dump it out, but wasn't able to get past the Mission point defender. Back to Mission. Look for a shot on goal. Peters deflects it. Big hit behind the net. Mission player wins it. Kaidash stays with it. Does a good job in the corner. Up to Tracy. Tracy finds Deering.
Oh, good pass. Deering for the hat trick here.
To Tracy.
Tracy.
Oh, my.
Oh, he missed it. Bounced it off the goalie.
Good work from the
Oh, the goalie didn't know where it was. You could have bounced it off his back and put it in there.
To 2v2. May looks to break out. Breaks in. Breaks across.
Oh, there's a trip.
Gonna be a
Yep,
penalty.
they're going to call that.
Penguins will go in the power play again.
He's been skating in circles around him all game. That's the only way they've been able to slow him down is to trip him up. So the Penguins going to go on a 2-minute man advantage here with 5:50 remaining in the game.
Power play from Penguins. Allman, Randalls, and we have Everett, Thomas, and Bartholomew on the ice. Back to Allman. Allman wins it, keeps it to the point, looks the other side of Randalls. Randalls' opportunity. Shots blocked by the Mission defender. Mission looks to play it out. And down the length of the ice, it'll be icing. Gonna have a Thomas, Everett, Bartholomew, Allman, Randalls line for the Penguins. Thomas wins it back to Randalls. Randalls over to Bartholomew. Bartholomew back to Randalls. Randalls elects to do a little turn over to Altman. Altman decides to dump it in the corner to Everett. Everett in the corner. Back with Thomas. A little give and go to Allman at the point. Keegan Allman plays over to Everett. Everett over to Randalls.
Oh, he's open.
Randalls elects to play behind the net to Thomas. Just avoids Thomas. To Everett. Everett to Allman. Allman back to Thomas in the corner. Everett had and Mission come out with it. Altman is able to keep it in somehow at the point. Charlie Thomas pressuring, and then there will be no icing. Got Altman over to Cruz. Mazzola. Mazzola pressuring. Hogan coming in late. Keeps it in at the point. To McLeod. McLeod has it over to Kaidash. Kaidash brings it in. The offensive zone for the Penguins. Mazzola pressure in the corner. Hogan helps him out. Tracy keeps it in at the point. Behind the net. Mission plays the puck. Looking to get it out. Unlucky by Tracy. Just went off his stick. Mission breaking through the center of the ice. Penguins meet him well at the blue line. Tracy behind the net. Wisely elects not to go in front of the net. Works it around the boards. Works it up. Bartholomew with a hit. Oh, that's actually Hogan. Worked in the corner for Kaidash. Over to Mazzola. Mazzola lets it go by. Over to Tracy. Tracy's going to break out 3v2 possibly with McLeod. He breaks it in.
Tried to get past him.
McLeod pressures in the corner.
Should have used his teammates instead of trying to get through, trying to dump it on that one. He had numbers.
Slow it down, Everett.
Everett wins the puck. McLeod. Seamus absorbs the hit. And we play.
He's a tough little cookie, isn't he, man? He takes some shots, but he absorbs them all. That's a tough little Reckley down there.
Pass to Randalls. Randalls tried to find Deering again. Ends up finding him. But Mission intercept the puck. Randalls does a good job breaking out. May comes across to help. Peters with a save. Pushes in the corner. Bartholomew to play it. Looking for Deering. Randalls cut it out. Finds a cross by May. May over there. To Seamus. Seamus finds Deering. Just out of the reach of him. May works it in. Looking in the corner.
Get front, no!
Oh, he tried to scissor it, but he whiffed on it.
Everett does a good job of winning the puck.
Tried to go behind and drop it off for that scissor play, but
Mission's gonna play
couldn't quite connect on that one.
Working it around. Deering keeps it in. Looks for the back and a little saucer pass into Charlie. Unlucky.
Well, it looks like we got about a minute left to play, and you know, I'm thinking here, take a lesson from the game that we had yesterday and go ahead and continue to hold that big goose egg on the board. 10 seconds remained in the game in the first game, and the Penguins lost that shutout. You want to make sure they continue to play strong here for the final couple minutes and end up with that 0 goals against. Going to need to keep playing really hard here at the very end and not give up at the very end. And here's a little bit of a breakaway, but it looks like it's a little too far.
Ballman out. Mission wins the puck.
37 seconds remaining. Got to hold on to it. Play strong for the next 30.
Around the board, Mazzola has the puck. Looking to play out. To Everett. Down to Robbins. Robbins misses the check, avoids it. Dinks it in. Plays it across. McLeod steps up.
That's going to end the game. There's really no point in doing that. Yep, and that's going to end the game.
Looks like we got a 6-0 win for the Penguins.
Yeah, and the very end of that period, you know, was probably something that the Mission didn't want to see. They probably would have preferred just to go ahead and have the puck or have the game still continue on, because with that running clock, really that ended any chance that they had to at least score a goal. And so the Penguins emerged victorious in shutout fashion. They do what they were unable to do yesterday and get that 0 goals against, and the Penguins emerge with a 6-0 lead. And like we mentioned, that's going to cap them for the tiebreaker purposes. They're going to have 5 goals on the record for that game, and so they have a total of 15 goals for and 1 against for a differential of 14, and so they will be sitting in first place when we play tomorrow afternoon, and we will be here for you for that game. And if I recall, that's going to be 2:40 Central Time and 1:40 Mountain Standard. So for DJHA Pens 07, we'd like to thank you for watching.